My name is Mary Hale. I'm an alumni class of 2018. I graduated with a degree in kinesiology, and during my time at Penn State, I was a member of Kinesiology Club Benefitting THON, and I spent my last 2 years at Penn State as a hospitality committee member.
Hi, my name is Megan Hale, and this year I'm a dancer relations captain. For the past 2 years, I've also been a dancer relations committee member. And at Penn State, I'm a nursing major. I'm involved in Army ROTC, and I'm part of the nursing club here at Penn State.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm a first year, actually. I'm a nursing student like Megan, and I'm currently the Family Relations Chair Liaison for my R&R committee.
So our parents are both Penn State alumni, so we knew about THON growing up. So when I came to Penn State, I knew that I wanted to get involved, but I wasn't really sure what the best way to, kind of find my path was. So when I found out that the club that I was already in, Kinesiology Club, had a portion that was involved in THON, I just kind of dived right into that. And then the more I experienced THON and THON weekend, I realized that hospitality was the place where I felt the most comfortable. So I applied for a hospitality committee my junior year, and then I spent my junior and senior year with the hospitality committee.
So it's a really funny story, but once Mary actually got involved with hospitality, she sent out a link right before THON had started. It's like, hey, watch the live stream. And at the time, I was still in high school, and I didn't really know much about THON. I mean, I was in mini THON, and we heard it from our parents, but had no idea kind of the magnitude of what THON was. And I remember her being like, I'm going to be on the floor, helping out with food and stuff, please watch the live stream. And I was like, okay. In an effort to support my sister, tuned into the live stream, and I was hooked. I wasn't there, but I was like, this is the greatest thing in the entire world. And from that moment on, every time Mary was in THON, or when she wasn't in THON and I wasn't a Penn State student yet, I would watch the live stream. It would be 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'd set an alarm just because I want to see what they're doing at 3 o'clock in the morning. This looks really fun. And I was just amazed, and I knew when I came here to Penn State that I wanted to get involved. Because Mary had talked about being on a committee, so I had that, she had a little delay, but, I had the immediate in, and she kind of opened the door of a THON for me. So freshman year, the very first thing I did was, I sat there and texted every day, how many days till CM applications open, I need to be in a committee. And I got dancer relations, and that was so exciting. And then I've stayed in dancer relations, and this year becoming a captain has become a total full circle moment. And, I'm really honored to have this position, and, I wouldn't be here without either of my sisters supporting me, especially Mary, showing me what THON was. So I can't be more thankful for that.
Yeah, just, watching the live stream, some of my best memories, or sitting with Megan, at, midnight doing the line dance, and my dad's go to bed, and we're like, no, we love it. But, I definitely also could not have been here without them. I'm an R&R, and I would not have it any other way. I love them so much, and I love the THON community, and best decision of my life to be part of it.
Off the top of my head, I'd probably say the biggest change is probably canning. I went on canning and canvassing trips almost my entire time at Penn State, and that's something that I think is a little bit of a dated event now. So that was definitely a big change. It's nice to see that a lot of the other things have still stayed the same, but I think doing a lot of the things, we didn't have the performers come until my senior year, so having those big performances are also something that's really exciting now as an alumni. To see that those things are becoming more involved with THON weekend, I definitely think it brings a lot more energy to the BJC, and makes THON an even bigger event and a lot more exciting.
Definitely learning about THON just initially from Mary and hearing her experience. And I remember her coming home after one of the THONs being it's so much, I can't even explain it to you. And I was like, well, that's really cool, Mary, but what does that even mean? And to this day, if someone were to ask me, I'd be I can't explain it to you either. It is the most beautiful display of human love on the planet, and the unity I felt in that room is amazing, and it can't even be articulated into words. And the more and more I get involved, and the more layers I've seen now, I've seen it both from a captain perspective and a committee member perspective. And seeing the amount of work and time and effort that goes into THON, has really changed the love that I have for THON. Is the way that us as THON volunteers devote our lives to this cause is amazing, and every single person carries their story with them, and that all comes to fruition when we get to THON weekend, and everyone gets to share that moment. So it's very amazing.
Yeah, and I've also got to see the harsh reality of THON. I know Mary, one of her THON kids, had passed, and just seeing not only like how hard that is, but like the relationship we get to form. Like, we don't know these people. We know their story a little bit, but we don't know them. And then with just being in Thon, you come to like love these kids. I have not met them yet, and I just want to wrap them all up and give them all hugs and like be their best friend. So I think that's what I've learned most from them, is that you don't need to meet people to love people.
So my sophomore year, I was randomly assigned a lab partner who was a freshman. And after talking Thon week, like leading up to Thon weekend, I found out that he didn't know anything about Thon, and I kind of wanted to like rope someone in to be an extra body in our organization because we're pretty small and like we were trying to build up our numbers. So I was like, hey, why don't you stop by Thon weekend? Like, I'll show you around. I'll kind of give you the spiel. And so he showed up, and I thought he would maybe spend like an hour or so, and he ended up spending 30 hours with me. And 6 years later, we are still together, and we'll be getting married in December in 2023.
Surprise!